Greetings from the middle of the map. This is Renee Benson at AV Renee KC. You are listening to and watching the AV Life.
Hey there, it's Nancy Blanchard here in sunny and warmer San Jose, California. You're listening to and watching the AV Life.
Salutations. I am Lady Murphy Daley of Southern California, defender of the project and author of the newly published AV Project Manager Handbook. This right here is the AV Life.
And I'm your host, coming at you from, it's New Jersey. I love Jersey, but this weather, Mother Nature's got to make up her mind. And you are watching and listening to the AV Life. And yes, I am not kidding. For any of those of us that are in the Northeast or anywhere, I think on the East Coast right now, because I've got family down in Virginia and Virginia Beach, and it seems the same. Literally yesterday, I was out on the baseball field with my son in 80-degree weather, in shorts, doing batting cage work. And today, I got my snow jacket out. It was snowing, and now it's like 35 degrees. I don't know what happened. So I know it's at this point, we're like mid-March. So beware the Ides of March. I guess it's real. So yeah, I'm just, as long as I don't get stabbed in the back. I did get stabbed in the back. I got stabbed in the back by snow. That's what happened.
Oh,
Mother Nature turned around to me, said, "Here's the beautiful weather," and then said, "No."
like, you want it? You want it? Ah!
Well,
You're going to have to be quicker than that.
Yeah. Funny conversation today. I was talking to a school district down in your area, Redondo Beach area. And he was saying that it's been in the 90s and far too hot. So he's tomorrow going to drive here to San Jose to pick his son up. And then they're going up to Tahoe to go skiing and to be in the colder weather.
I will say that's the beauty of California, is that you have that stretch that you could be in 90 degrees and then go up into the mountains of Tahoe. Yeah. Although it's funny because I did skiing in Tahoe. Oh geez, we're almost at 30 years now that I did that. And I remember going out it was late December. And I was in just a long sleeve t-shirt and my snow pants, because it was that comfortable out. The sun was warm. It was a beautiful day. Like, I didn't have to be all bundled up, which I thought was so weird for that time of year, but they were making beautiful snow. So go California.
That's funny. I thought the Midwest was the one with the most personalities as far as weather goes, but you guys seem to have it just as much as us, if not more, out there.
It's like 90 degrees right here right now.
I like that. Can I have that back?
Yeah, it went from 80 to 40, but we didn't get snow. But they did north of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it all came from you and it came to us. And did you at least get you got the weather, right? You said you got the heat. No, you didn't get the heat.
Well, no, it was like yesterday when I got in my car to get out and about, it was like 82 degrees.
Okay.
And today it's 53 and about 40 mile an hour winds.
So yeah.
But north of us got some snow. We got hail. We got like baseball size hail. People like lost windshields. It was
wow.
They were saying there was a possibility of that for us yesterday as well. But I never saw that weather. So
yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, hopefully everyone's okay and there really wasn't too much damage. But that's wild.
It's what it is here.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's the sort of stuff you don't see on like the East Coast. We get some crazy amount of water and things like that, but we don't get the baseball sized hail.
Yeah. In a month, my whole neighborhood will be getting new roofs or something. That's just kind of how it rolls. And yeah.
So you got to be a roofer in the middle of America.
We make a lot of money here. You do.
All right. Well, I'm glad at least everyone made it here tonight. And Murphy, we have good good news, right? I'll let you do it because I'm not gonna. I don't want to pull it for. I see your happy dance. I don't want to.
It's alive. It's alive. The AV Project Manager Handbook.
Woo woo.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. And I have been talking about it. I've been talking about it so much. I worry about being annoying until I remember that you have to say things, and that the rule of thumb for people that are sending out like advertising postcards, that if they send out 100 different postcards and one gets a reply, that's a win. That's a success. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to talk about it 100 times. I kind of get on there I get on LinkedIn every day anyway, so you're going to hear about this too. And you guys, people that I don't know are asking for connections because of this. People from all over the world are saying, I want to connect with you because this is the goods. The AV Project Manager is something that is very specific for AV people.
Yeah.
There aren't that nobody did the work to talk about AV. You can get a book about project management. My competition, Harvard Business Review, has a project management book, handbook, that costs $50. And you know what? It won't be nearly as good as my reasonably priced book because it talks about the everything. And thank you. A lot of times we need the everything, but we have a precise laser book now available. So yeah.
Have you spoken with Avixa or any of the NSCA to find out if it's something that they also can promote?
I have communicated with Jennifer Weaver, and thank you for reminding me of that. My excitement about doing the other things. I need to mail her a book.
Who's Jennifer work for now?
She's with Avixa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 That
She's like
was
the director.
I think it's about a month ago at this point. She's about a month in at this point.
Yep.
So yeah.
God
And
bless
because
her.
of her, I might be bringing my Kansas City local group
Oh.
back. So
Yay.
yes, she's
Right.
fairly new in that position, but yeah, get her that book for sure.
What
Yeah.
is the position?
I'm sorry. Director of something. I forget what.
Oh,
Director of Avixa, but I forget the acronym.
Yeah. She's got like the committees and stuff. Like she'll be over the women's council groups and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
good.
I think she's trying to drive more of that or bringing it back for some of the ones that may have fallen off, like the one in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Pointing fingers right at myself. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
Murphy, I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud
Thank
of you. And we've
you.
been really excited. And it was exciting to see, on the, I think it was the HETMA virtual conference that somebody brought it up. Is that right, Tim? Somebody brought it up there, or maybe it was the HETMA channel. And they brought it up, and I was like, "Oh, she's getting a shout out!" And it's not even.
Oh, that was me. It was me. I brought it up during the conference. Yeah.
No, but somebody that joined us, one of those guys that had joined us, and said, "I need to get in touch with Murphy and get." I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, it was nice to see somebody give you a shout out. That it was awesome. I'm excited. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see. All right. So Jennifer's new title is Senior Director USA. So Senior Director, she represents Avixa's mission across the United States, championing member value, deepening engagement, and amplifying the full scope of Avixa's offerings.
Okay.
So yeah.
She's a big deal.
Certifications and standards, councils, and community programs. So yeah.
There we go.
That's right.
There we go. Congrats, Jennifer. If you're listening, you have to retweet.
Yes, you've been brought up in the AV life again. But and so folks, this is coming out the day before. I was about to say Thanksgiving.
I know.
Oh my Lord!
Please don't push us that far down the year.
No, the day before St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day, so this is usually when we would do our St. Patrick's Day episode, but we're celebrating Murphy's book here today. So
That's right.
I am so happy that we are here now for you at this moment,
Thank you.
Murphy, and that the response has been incredible. I know personally, I've had multiple folks reach out to me regarding it, and now that I've got a link to send them, it's like, here, yes, go buy, go share, do all the things.
Now, I, as the author, as soon as it was available, I'm like, great, send me a big box of them so I can have them when people ask, and I can sign it and they can do the selfie, whatever, right? So next Wednesday, is a Vixa Women's Council, and our friend Will is hosting it at USC. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to, bring it and pass it out to people. They have asked for it, and I'm like, great, I'll do this.
That's perfect.
But silly Amazon.
Uh-oh.
They did a great job. They said, okay, you get an author price. I'm like, great. I shouldn't have to pay full price for my own book. Thank you.
Right.
But for some reason, when I order it that way, it's going to take 2 weeks instead of the usual 2 days. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like, wow, I only have, as you guys, my early readers, this one with the stripe on it, this proof stripe, right? Not the real book.
You'll just have to collect names and addresses.
Or I will say,
I'll
click here, get you your own.
Yeah.
So what I did is I actually ordered, I actually have a really awesome review from a colleague that I knew, I swear it was 10 years ago. I went on his podcast about project management years ago. And so I did a post on LinkedIn saying, I'm so happy that I'm remembering my people that have been with me along my project management journey. And I remember Andy Kaufman, and he was like, okay. And he read the book and gave me an awesome review, a 5-star review. I could tell that he read it too, which I didn't expect. And he said, even if you're not an AV professional, this is really good for you, because it's about IT and infrastructure, and it really talks about the nuts and bolts rather than just concepts and ideas. It's like, this is how you do it. So, and he said it's interesting.
You know who would be
handbook being interesting?
Yeah, actually, Jason Jacoby and Frank Patrick would be good folks for them to read it, and because during COVID, whenever we had our happy hours, they were always talking about being a PM and things.
That's right. So I'm going to go get the word out. You do have to repeat it, because that's the thing. You can't just, may I take a little slip just into a PM minute now, not only talking about myself, but about project management.
Yep. Absolutely.
As a principal.
So excited.
Yes.
I don't even know how else to I have friends who have gotten their doctorates and stuff like that, and so they obviously they need to do writing and get published, but I feel like this is different, Murphy. Your book is out there, and it's it's not just on a shelf in a dissertation library.
Right.
It's and I don't want to, and I for all my friends who are doctors, I am not discounting any of your work ever. I know you all put a lot.
Okay. Talking back, Renee's here. I'm glad. The other week, I got to go to the Sony show in San Diego, right? And our friend Joe was there. And I really got the full Joe experience at a show. And what he said was, and I was walking around going, look at this. And he said, listen, you need to redo your cover in Joe style. He's telling me how I need to improve my life. He is such a generous person when it comes to that sort of idea. So he said, you need to make the title, this spine, different. He goes, you totally need to redesign the cover and make the spine really significant. I said, it's not very thick. What am I supposed to put on here? And he said, you should make it more interesting so that people can find it in the bookshelf. I said, I made it this color because I expect it to be in the back of a person's van in their toolkit so they can find it. Not because it's going to sit on a shelf and people say, oh, I have that book. Look at how smart I am because I read it. This is a useful book. And I didn't worry about the spine. I'm like, thank you. That's a possibility. But you just said it, Tim. This is not something that was intended to be sitting on a shelf. Although, if you read it and find that you just remember it all, that's great. But still, it's really super, super practical.
See, I'm not one of those that remembers things, so the material comes with me. So yes, and it's the right size too. Like
that's right.
You know, it's not a big workbook like an Avixa like workbook. I'm sorry, Avixa, but like it's small, like it's compact, it is portable, so
because I've lived it. I know what it's like to go around from place to place and have the back full of all the cables and the everything that you need and the testing things, and also lots of white space so you can take notes. Like, oh, this is the end of the chapter, you can write stuff down.
But see, that's I hate to say this, Tim, but that's a woman thinking. Like we realistically think about things that men wouldn't even consider.
Well, no, but yeah, but I know I need to highlight things to remember. So
look at there.
I still like I keep my highlighter here. Like I'll show you. Like this is how I've been doing my master's stuff. Like I got my highlighted stuff on the slides. So like I take my notes. I've been using Copilot. Thank you, Microsoft, for like all my notes to like help do that. So like I am still very much of the paper era. Like I still, as much as it's funny because not that I made fun of my previous boss about this, but we always kind of gave him a hard time about it because he liked having paper of everything. Now, I am also of the mind that I don't necessarily need everything in paper, but there are certain things I need in paper, and notes like this are one of them.
Yep.
Like I don't need to have an email printed out of a discussion that I had with somebody else because I can't search that in a paper. I could search that in Outlook when it plays nicely with me, but like paper, like yes, I need that, and so yeah.
So how are you using Copilot for notes then?
So we get articles every week, and I read through the articles. I use Copilot to get the summaries after the fact, so that way, I kind of do my highlighting and things like that. But instead of using like a separate notepad to like take notes or anything like that, I use Copilot to get the summary, and then the summary I can then, when I do my case study, I can refer back to those notes to kind of refresh my memory about what I read and be able to kind of, instead of having a 22-page article, I have a 2-page summary. So I get, when I have like the concept in my head, I can then kind of remember all the other details that come along with it. So it's a prompt essentially for me.
This is something that I use when I will do the text to speech to text. It'll make the notes of if I'm having a meeting. I can go through and quickly review what was in there. Say, okay, I know what we talked about, and then Copilot is probably the same. I'll remember, okay, this is all the information. A lot of it can be junk, but I'll be like, okay, this is one thing, and I'll go through it, and then if I go through it after a meeting, it helps cement what just happened in the meeting. And then if there's something missing, because remember, it's a computer, it's not a person. I know what's valuable. The computer doesn't as well as I do. I can remember, oh yeah, there was just one thing, and I need to highlight that and grab it if I realize there was something missing that was important in the meeting. So if I quickly review it, that stuff, and you can probably do that from your classes too, Tim, that you can realize, wait, I know there's something about here that the teacher said we need to have whatever, or there's a thing that my classmate said, and you can go like find the thing that's missing. But most of the things will be there. But if you know to look for like what's missing, that's the part that is the real intelligence rather than just artificial.
Cool. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been utilizing that. And I've been also like, today I used it to make a abbreviated quick start guide for a product as well. So I kind of dropped the PDF quick start guide that was provided by the manufacturer. I dropped it in Copilot. I asked it for the summary again. So I took that and I kind of doctored it up, put some extra photos and stuff like that in there to help. So I got a 3-page quick start guide.
Cool.
So that was the first time I've used it. Like I'm definitely coming around to using AI more in my regular work. So
I got told today that I need to probably start using Copilot, that ChatGPT is not Sony approved.
Well,
Like,
it
I'll
is.
use that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's tied in with Office 365, and like, so it's nice in that respect too. So, for all you corporate folk who are using 365 like that, like I
Yep.
am and Renee, it's like, yeah, it's an additional plugin and it plays nice across all the platforms. So, but the funny thing is, so you're talking about like transcription and stuff like that too. We're using Teams now for our staff meetings. But the problem is, I sign into my Teams to start the conference room that we meet in.
And it all says you.
Apparently everything that's said in the conference room is now my responsibility. So it's like, oh, Tim's going to do this and Tim's going to do this and Tim's going to do this. And I'm like, no, that's not accurate. So until we get voice identification down,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Right.
every voice in there is my voice, apparently.
Right.
Oopsie.
No,
Hey,
it
but
doesn't
you know
even
what?
care. It just says you're the one that signed in, so it's all you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we need Microsoft to team up with Amazon because Amazon knows who's talking in my house. So as long as I set up the profile ahead of time, which, you know, if it's a set group of people in a team, I could definitely do that. So
Come on, Clippy, step up.
there you go. Well, you know, so Clippy matches with paper with a small filament. Like, you know, we could get a microphone going, right? Like that doesn't take too much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the we need what? So paper, a cone, some wire, a magnet, and some wire, and we can create a speaker, a very rudimentary speaker. That's an Avixa lesson out there.
Okay.
Yeah. And go look it up. There's a video on Avixa's website how to make a from scratch speaker. When we had to do it last year at Infocom for the Amazing Race Challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So go look it up. If you're looking for a little rainy day project, you know, go look that up. It's It's definitely kid friendly. So
There you go.
You're gonna need to go find yourself a 1/8 inch audio wire though. So that was gonna be the only thing. If you don't have one of those lying around your house, you may have to go order one from Amazon. But anyway, so all right. Well, Murphy, we're gonna keep the ball rolling in your favor here. I heard you have a PM minute for us tonight.
I do.
To go along with your PM book.
Mm-hmm. Now that I am the published author of the AV Project Management Handbook, my PM minute is backed with the authority. When it comes to projects, managing projects, there's so much happening all at once. There's popcorn kernels that explode from tiny peaceful little seeds into a huge explosion. You have to run after and chase things and figure things out and connect all the dots and make sure this person tells you what you need to know and this other person gets the information they need to know. And as the project manager, you're in the middle of all this, and it can be difficult sometimes to keep track of it. We were just talking about Microsoft Office. We were talking about Copilot. Being able to organize information so that it's searchable into systems is a critical part of project management. Any good project Any good project manager will have a way of organizing all the information that flows through him or her. So finding those systems and keeping them organized is essential. It could be one of my favorite things to do, and actually I do mention it in one of my chapters, is creating a set of folders. As I was talking about this with people, these folders are a common practice to say, these are the set things that we have that we really need to be able to find, such as the signed contract. Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Also some other things that go in there. And if you have an organized way of keeping track of that information, setting that up, I like to do that in teams so everyone can do it. Whatever cloud file system you use is really critical. But also making it findable and searchable is really critical. It's kind of took the teeth out of what I was going to say because we were already talking about it. Sure, use all the AI that you can, that is useful, but make all the information findable and searchable and referenceable so that you can do the projects and not be confused in the moment when crisis is happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go.
And some systems are great. You can put it somewhere, but if it's not searchable, like I am realizing that LinkedIn I love using LinkedIn. I use it almost every day, but it's not really searchable. If I'm like, hey, what was that one thing that one guy said?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of disappeared because that's not what it's for. So I'm considering doing a little more, putting some of my video postings and better content, if I want to do that, putting it into YouTube, which is the place where people go to for videos and highly searchable there.
Mm-hmm.
Finding those systems or whatever your project needs is critical to your sanity and the project success.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, I like that, and I'm one that I like a good file folder structure, like because if it's easily accessible and to be able to find things, but there's also a point where you get too detailed. So and so, and the reason I think it's too much because there ends up being redundant folders. People don't put things in the right spots, especially if you're talking like it's a shared drive area.
Oh yeah.
So, and I've had that where it's like, okay, I'm looking for XYZ podium design. Where, like, what year was that? Like, where can I find that? And like, oh, it's in the 2022 folder for this project because we did it back then. But it's like, but this is a general design that we always use. And it's yeah. So also we switched storage providers.
Uh-oh.
So that also caused a problem because we were in between 3 different storage providers. We were between Google, OneDrive, and Box. So between those 3, we had most of the files were
my goodness.
in the same, but yeah, sometimes some things got left behind and they got missed in the transition. So,
Yeah.
and some people didn't move off of Google the way they should have. So yeah, it was a little bit messy of a transition. So, that would be my only, that's where I think too large of a file structure becomes a problem.
Yes. And I'll one up that too.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes. People make it bigger because they think that does the organizing for them.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, especially if multiple people are using it, ooh, did we just go there? No, we, stay tuned next week for a discussion about project management offices. If someone has to manage the whole thing and someone has to go into those files and groom them, like, what is this? And that's if that can't be done while it's happening, then during archiving, like if something's in there that needs to be put somewhere else, tidy it up, get it straight, and then it's useful. You can't just let it grow like weeds.
Mhm. And I think that's where the failure happened, was in the archiving point, because I don't think that was ever actually done. It's just that projects get done, folders get left, and they are abandoned like a haunted house. It's left there, and yeah, it's scary. We don't go back there. It's like, but yes, if there was somebody to do like the archivist, and like to be able to come in there and fix it and massage it and like, okay, let's put things back where they belong.
If a person is in those folders all along, if the project manager is managing
Mhm.
all the information that's coming from the different sources, they can also, they're in there like, okay, we're using this. It's a living document. We need this. And so they're in it and they can see, what's this picture of a cat in here? It doesn't need to be here. So they kind of clean that out and make sure that the information is what it needs to be and named properly, not named XYZ720.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, no, it's podium with a mic stand,
Yep.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Standardization on nomenclature is amazing. I will say that. And that goes for anything. That's not just files. That's for cable labeling. You know, so
cable
that's,
labeling.
yeah. So that, I will say, that's AV goals of making sure you label your cables every single time. Because if you let that slip, then you've got rats' nests and all sorts of crazy stuff to dig through. Yeah.
Then you're pulling, wondering what's what, to see what's pulling on the other end. It's not
So what's this HDMI cable doing? I got 7 of them in here. What am I doing here?
Oh no. Yeah. That's
So
a real thing.
And there's an Avixa standard for that. I'm just saying.
In case you need one.
Yeah, please go to
one for ya.
There's one. Yes, if you're looking for a standard, please visit Avixa. They have the standards. We have the meats. Oh wait, no, they have the standards.
They sure do.
Oh, well, thank you, Murphy. That was a good one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And stay tuned. I may ask all of our listeners to subscribe to the YouTube channel that doesn't exist yet, but will soon.
Channel to be named later.
TBD.
Yes. Hey, I didn't just talk about writing a book. I did it. So I might
wrote
it.
Yep.
You did. That's awesome.
And you brought up Joe a little bit before. I will say Joe is one of the doctors who wrote a book that the book actually gets used. So I applaud Joe, because his Producing Worship book is a standard for a lot of classes.
Worship. Yeah, too. Yeah.
So, and look at that. I name dropped his book without him here. So it's
a machine.
I get a retweet. I get a retweet now, Joe, because I brought up your book and I name dropped you.
Right.
Come on.
Better get one or two.
I know. Come on, Joe. And you're not here. You said maybe, and you're not here.
Does he say maybe all the time?
No, actually, well, today it was yes, and then it went to maybe. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't say maybe. He says yes sometimes. Don't be silly, Renee.
That's
maybe he'll say yes, and maybe he'll say maybe. So it's,
maybe he's busy.
Maybe he's busy. Yes, he's on his boat.
I'm sure.
If it's 90 degrees out that way, he's on his boat.
I just can't with him.
Either that or he's on grandpa duty, one or the other. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So.
Which is good duty to be on.
Yep. So, so real quick, I mean, so we kind of, as I alluded to, because we got about 10 minutes left here tonight. I kind of brought up this half-baked concept of a discussion piece here today. As you all know, I am a musical theater person. Like I have a musical brain. And we were talking, we're very close to St. Patrick's Day. The musical Pippin. There's a line in I'm trying to remember the name of the song. That's escaping me right now. There's a line in one of the songs that it says sometimes it's smarter to be lucky than it's lucky to be smart. And that got to me then going into St. Patrick's Day and about luck of the Irish and moving into, okay, when have there been times where things have just kind of worked out for you? You know, where it's just, luck has, lady luck has smiled upon you, and it's like that just happened to work out. It's like where, you want to call it a miracle, you want to call it whatever, but like that, it's like, whew, those kind of moments. It's like, all right, that worked out. Like, so I know I've had those. I might be more, might be luckier than most. I feel like sometimes things just work out. And I shouldn't leave as much stuff to chance as I do. So I am a multi-time offender in that regard. So I'm just kind of leaving it open in that vein. Go ahead.
Can I count when I responded to Corey's request for people to come on a podcast 6 years ago in 2020 as lucky?
You know what? I think
No.
I think
Yeah.
there's you know what, that could be what serendipity is actually what,
Yeah.
a fortunate accident, right? That's the definition.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was this thing that was just in the right place at the right time. I'm like,
And that's serendipitous. Like it just
Yeah.
happened to be. Yeah. So yeah, I would call that the being in the right place at the right
Lucky.
time. And now look at where we are, Murphy.
Right.
Six years
Yeah.
later. And
6 years? What?
And
yeah.
And I got a similar story where like I wasn't really listening to a lot of podcasts. And so when I kept hearing about him, I thought, well, maybe I'll listen. And I listened to one of Corey's, and he had Rich and Brian from Peerless, and they were doing like some whiskey tasting. So it got kind of funny and kind of silly. And we were actually eating breakfast before one of the Infocom days, which I never do. I never eat breakfast at the place before. And I was with my coworker, and he comes walking in, and he needed a chair. And I looked, and I was like, I think that's that guy from that podcast that I just saw. And I kind of flagged him down, and I was like, are you, from the AV, anyway, long story short, I was like, I just have to tell you how much I cracked up at that episode. He's like, you should come on sometime. And then he was at my booth later in the day because he needed a place to sit down and kind of crash after, long first day at Infocom. And that's how it started for me too, right? Being at the right place at the right time. Like I never do breakfast there, but I did. I never like pick a stranger out of a crowd and go, hey, come flag me down. But that's how it happened for me too, Murphy. It was just the right place, right time. And look at us. Yeah.
There you go.
That's kind of crazy.
And I feel like Corey had that in just innate sense. Like he just knew when those moments were there. Because my story, as I've told multiple times, is very similar. Like Gina had been on the show. Our friend Gina Sansevero had been on the show, and I had known Gina because she was my rep for FSR at the time. And so Corey asked for more people. I came on the show as a guest, and that just happened to be, and here I am.
The host.
Now you were the
host.
headphones.
Now well, and so just as a point, since we're talking about it, this November will mark 10 years of the AV life.
Oh my
Are you kidding me?
So
Wow.
so it's a little wild to think that by that time I've run the show longer than Corey had. And like it's a little, it was one of those things like Facebook like chimed in because like back in 2019 around this time, it was me, Corey, Mara Quinn. We had all been on a show, and he had mentioned something in the post that this upcoming November, it would have been like 4 years of the AV life or something like that. And then as I'm doing the math, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be 10 years this year. Like
I know. And Mara Quinn. Oh, I miss her too. Gosh.
yeah, no, I'm still Facebook friends with her, so I see her out and about doing her thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Wow.
as a future casting, just to throw this out into the reality, there will be a major 10th anniversary episode. So I'm
We
throwing
have
it.
to.
Yeah, so I'm throwing this out to the Rich Venturas, Mark Coxons. I'm
Mm.
getting Kim Frank back on this show. I
We have
Oh,
to.
I have to get
right.
her on.
Oh,
Spence Graham.
Yep.
We're gonna
Makes
go
sense.
deep. I'm gonna go find everybody.
Yeah.
And
Mark
we're-
is working on a book too, so he would probably love to talk about it.
Yes, he's been been doing. I love his way he's been doing it. And
Yeah.
it's like a weekly Monday release, and it's
Substack.
been fun. Yeah, through Substack. Yeah, so it's kind of cool seeing that email pop up on Monday mornings. So
Mhm.
so yeah, so look forward to that in a few. Nancy, I know we kind of like I kind of got us a little derailed there, but yeah,
No, I don't, it's like off the top of my head, I always have to sort of think about things. I mean, I was blessed because it was during COVID when you folks invited me on for a podcast, and then you reached out and said, how would you like to be, part of the crew? I was tickled pink. It was like, oh, yeah, I'd love to.
Well, I might have I no offer has been sent yet, but I might have somebody else to add on. So we'll see. We might be gaining a new crew member soon. So I'm just gonna tease. I'm gonna tease that out there. So but we'll see what happens with that. So and I believe as much as Corey did that it's the bigger the group. I mean, to an extent, the bigger the group, the more fun it is. I do remember some of those larger episode days, and they got a little nuts and a little hard to manage.
A lot derailed.
A lot derailed, yes. You have a lot of opinions, and then then the adult beverages start flowing, and well, as I shake my Burger King cup, yeah.
That's exciting. I'm excited. I can't believe it's gonna be 10 years. So
it's gonna be 10 years.
Be a big episode.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a big episode. So.
Oh Lord, wow. And we haven't aged a bit.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
But like on that point, I just think that if you're a positive person and you put it out there to the universe, a lot of things align for you.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've done a great job, Tim.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing Corey proud. I know
I hope so.
I know he's watching on you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I knew there was a responsibility taking on this show because Corey made this show and all the other shows that he's created over the years with the intent of making change and and calling out the what's the word I'm looking for, calling out the things that needed to be called out. It's like whether it's booth babes or robots, the robots, and we're just gonna leave it at that. Maybe I'm a little softer, but I feel like we've also had some really good conversations here, really deep conversations, so sorry, and I'm also.
And there's been some evolution.
It's been valuable.
I mean, there's been some things that have gotten better in our industry, and things that we used to talk about that don't really happen as much anymore. So that's good, right? We're making the changes for the positive, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And because at the time, like there were a lot of like the industry had some things going on, and those things have, for the most part, I think have been taken care of. I know it's not perfect by any. There's a lot of work still to be done. So I'm not saying we're fixed, and I know there's things to still address, but we are definitely in a better place now than we were 10 years ago.
Agreed.
So, and I think this podcast is part of like that proof. And it was funny because I think, Murphy, was it you like 2 weeks ago that brought up that like it was the first time like the men outnumbered the women? Like I think you were the only one that was here
Oh,
Yeah.
no. That's right. That's
It
right.
was like it was just you, and then it was like me
Yes, it
and
was you
James and
James.
Joe, and like it was like it was so rare that we
Yeah,
had
it was very
had
rare that I
that
was
way.
the only woman.
Yeah. And this is this is it. So it's like, and this is exactly where we're back at. So, yeah, I got the three of y'all here, and it's this is where the podcast is now, and this shows the cross section of AV as we are now, so, but again, we're getting better. We're not there yet.
One step at a time. We're doing better. Thank
Yes,
you, Tim.
exactly. Yeah. My pleasure. And I couldn't do it without folks like yourselves. Like that's, and Renee, I mean, you've been with me the longest here. Like this is,
You can't shake me, Tim.
nope, nor do I want to. So that's,
Although I do have to run tonight though, but
yes. And actually, yeah, we
I'm
are at
sorry.
that point. No, it's fine. We're at that exact 45-minute point. So, I'm just going to close up shop here for the folks here tonight. Any quick last thoughts before I close up here? Go buy Murphy's book.
Go buy Murphy's book.
Yes.
It's on Amazon.
We'll share the link.
Yeah, we'll share the link. She actually did in the X post here
Well
tonight.
trained by our man, Dr. Josiah Way, to shamelessly self-promote.
Yes.
That's
I will
awesome.
do so.
Gotta promote the brand. So yeah. So go buy the book. It's available now.
It's a good one.
Stay safe out there with all the weather, wherever you may be. Mother Nature's not done with us yet. And thanks for listening here, folks. Thanks to the crew as always.
Yep.
And as I always say, until our next adventure.